Hello YouTube, this is Frugal and welcome to the Frooglesim news for today, Sunday, May the 24th, 2015. How time is flying. First up, Flight Sim Con 2015 is just under 3 weeks away, and I know I've mentioned it on this channel before, but there is news. It's a bit of background information. Flight Sim Con is hosted at the New England Air Museum in Connecticut on June the 13th and the 14th, and what started out as a fairly small event, in fact looking at footage I've seen of last year's event, it really was a bit of a fan event rather than a big professional conference, has now actually ballooned into something huge, with the latest company signing on being PMDG. Robert Randazzo will be joining me in the Future of Flight Sim panel discussion on Saturday, as well as giving a PMDG updates speech immediately prior to that discussion. Also attending or exhibiting are A2A Simulations, Cytec, Dovetail, GoFlight, Sennheiser, VATSIM, Boston ARTCC, AirDailyX, FlightSim.com, PC Pilot Magazine, Aerosoft, Jetline Systems, and a whole lot more. As you can see, it's really grown into a pretty sizable event now. I'm going to be there both days, not only giving the presentation I did for Ocala Flight Sim Club on Saturday morning, but also, of course, being in that Future of Flight Sim panel, and then just hanging around on the floor, really, meeting you lot and answering simming questions in a sim questions or flight sim questions Q&A kind of informal thing late on Saturday afternoon, and then YouTube questions, which I have never done before, on Sunday morning. So if you're thinking of building your own flight sim channel, that is the one venue where you can ask me questions about how I did mine and what I've learned or didn't learn, and maybe get some tips, maybe not, who knows. But you are running out of time to get tickets, so hop on over to the website now and sign up as soon as you can. The link to Flight Sim Con is in the show notes below. V-Flight Air released their Piper Arrow 3 for X-Plane in this past week or so. The Piper Arrow 3 is a 4-seater low-wing GA aircraft with retractable gear and a 200 horsepower Lycoming engine, and V-Flight Air's version sports ultra-high resolution textures, including a really well-done weathered look to the interior given the age of the aircraft. Also includes rain and ice effects on the windows, 12 liveries, custom sounds even recorded from a 1977 Arrow located in Texas. It has been tested by current Arrow pilots as well to verify the accuracy of the flight model, and in addition to all of the above, includes accurate instrumentation and a full manual with normal and non-normal checks and procedures. $21.95 will get you the V-Flight Air Piper Arrow 3 for X-Plane from the xplane.org store at the link in the show notes below. Next up, Taxi the Gate have finally released their highly anticipated KSEA scenery, or Seattle. This is the long-awaited Seattle scenery from Taxi the Gate, and it covers the largest airport in the Pacific Northwest of the USA. It meets all the usual extremely high standards for Taxi the Gate add-ons, including custom photo scenery, custom ground textures, detailed and accurate buildings. They've even gone so far as modeling the interior of the terminal, which on first glance sounds really cool and unique, but as you'll see later on in this very news show, more and more people are doing that as well on their sceneries. Also includes replacement AFCAD for AI traffic and AI ATC, volumetric grass, custom night lighting, and in general is just awesome. Taxi the Gate's products are pretty damn nice. I only have one of them. I've got KMCO, being an airport fairly near to me, and love it to pieces, so I will be picking up the KSEA or Seattle scenery fairly soon. Now the requirements are listed as FSX only, so I don't know if this works with prepared, but if you are an FSX user at the very least, it's going to set you back 23 euros and 99 parts of euros. I've been out of England so long I don't even know what that is. Euro cents? Who knows? Next up, FSDG Nuuk has been released. Now Nuuk, N-U-U-K, is the capital and largest city in Greenland, and it's surrounded by mountains and home to some very notorious weather conditions given its proximity to the Arctic Circle. Now, FSDG's version is fully accurate to Nuuk Airport with high-resolution photoreal terrain at a real resolution of 10 centimeters per pixel. It also includes a custom land class for the area surrounding Nuuk, animated airport vehicles, and even a complete remodeling of the city of Nuuk, including numerous key landmarks for navigation. I find that pretty damn good, actually, when somebody does an airport scenery and then does the surrounding city as well. That's pretty awesome. It's compatible with all versions of FSX and Prepared version 2, and will set you back 1450 in euros. More information at the FSDG online link in the show notes below. Now, next scenery from Aerosoft is Daytona International. We covered this quite a while ago on this very new show, as it's quite close to home for me. Please, Aerosoft, by the way, do Sanford next. It is a highly detailed rendition of KDAB, or Daytona Beach International. Now, the airport is actually right next to Daytona International Speedway, so the modelers have obviously included Daytona International Speedway as well, and a lot of Daytona Beach itself has it meets all the usual requirements for new scenery, including detailed and accurate buildings, high-resolution textures, photoreal ground imagery, realistic night textures, static aircraft, and a whole lot more. Interestingly, it also brings in custom runway and taxiways at Kilo Echo Victor Bravo, Kilo Oscar Mike November, Kilo Foxtrot India November, 7 Foxtrot Lima 6, and X-Ray 50. Also includes detailed interior modeling of the terminal buildings, so kind of following on from what they've done with Taxi to the Gate have done with Seattle recently. So expect a flood of artsy videos very soon showing off the interior of airports, including Daytona and Seattle, on other YouTube channels, not this one. Supports all versions of FSX and Prepared 2.5. Aerosoft's Daytona International is going to set you back €20.97 and is available from the Aerosoft link at the show notes below. Next bit of news, Nvidia. This is an interesting one. No footage here, so I'm just going to drop in some random FSX footage or something. But the Nvidia drivers got updated this week, and the key change in those drivers was actually a fix that re-enabled the lights on runways at night in Prepared. I don't know if many of you noticed, but one of the recent driver changes from Nvidia meant that there were no longer runway lights. The counter problem to this, though, is that these new drivers completely broke X-Plane. Now, the X-Plane team themselves actually responded faster than Nvidia ever could and built in a patch to X-Plane 10.36, which was under test, and then released 10.36. So if you've been missing runway lights in Prepared, upgrade now. If you are an X-Plane user, be sure to also update your X-Plane to 10.36, otherwise it's just not going to work with the new drivers. Now, final news bit. James from trackhat.org reached out to me and said, would I take a look at their product? And I've said yes. I haven't got it yet, but they have just announced this week a 3D printed clip with LEDs to compete with the TrackIR Track Clip Pro. Now, this is actually called the TrackHat Clip, and unlike the Track Clip Pro, this is going to be so hard to pronounce everything in the story, it actually doesn't require you to spend over $100 on TrackIR, because TrackHat's focus is really on FreeTrack, the free software alternative to TrackIR. So all you really need to get started with positional head tracking in Elite Dangerous or in a flight sim of your choice is this handy clip or the hat and nothing else. It uses a standard USB connection for power and is designed obviously to connect to your headphones. Now, the whole thing about trackhat.org that got me interested is that if you are a TrackIR user, then the TrackHat Clip and the TrackHat both work with TrackIR as well. And the TrackHat Clip Dr. Zeus, and the TrackHat Clip is considerably less flimsy in design than the Track Clip Pro. I've actually just broken my 4th in 2 years. The TrackHat trackhat.org also supply the TrackHat, which is a baseball cap with built-in powered LEDs as well, that works both with FreeTrack and TrackIR. Now, as I said, they reached out to me and said, would I do a little news piece on them? I've said, yes, I am going to get the products as well. We're just working on the logistics of that, but do expect to see a video from me within the next month or so, allowing for shipping from the UK to the USA. It looks pretty damn cool, and anything that would free me from the flimsy and expensive grip of Natural Point's TrackIR add-ons would be awesome. So that's it for this week's news. As always, my name is Frugal. Thank you so very, very much indeed for watching. If I have missed anything, and I'm sure I have, as usual, please leave me a comment in the comment section below. And until next week, I will see you very soon indeed.